It's me again. Yes. So I promised I was gonna do this video about how to build. Well, I haven't seen anybody else do it, so I'm gonna rightfully say my kind of hybrid engine that that I do, and I think um it will be really useful to for people who want to be able to fly a plane in the air, but be able to fly in space as well. And there's only, I believe, two engines that offer that option. So let's go ahead and go in and take a look. Well, here. Dude, I'm out of space. Alright. So for this engine build, very, very simple stuff. Really, really easy stuff. I'm just gonna walk you through it. The only current engines that offer the space and air breathing option, or closed and air breathing option, I should say, closed cycle and air breathing cycle, is the Rapier, or the CR7 if you want to call it. Give me 1 second. And yeah, man, that sucks. That's the only one. Alright, so for this build, we're going to put down a tank. I would usually use a tank like this. Now, keep in mind, if you want to be able to go out of space, make sure that it has oxidizer. And we'll start by using a simple air breathing engine. We'll do this one. Let me put hey guys, give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So yeah, you have the engine here, and let's go ahead and add some small rocket engines. Now, the trick, what I would do is, I would look at the weight of the air breathing engine. So let's go and check the weight first. 1.2 tons. And then the rocket engine that I want to use, I will try to get one that's close to a lower in weight. If it's more in weight, then that's fine. But if it's just a little bit more, if it's a lot more, that might be a problem. They're already heavy as it is for that craft, or I think for most craft. But hey, if you figure a way out to do it, then by all means do it. So now that you got your rocket engine selected, you want to take the move tool and move them over. Now for this engine, because I've done it before with this one, I'm gonna get them right there, yeah, where they're sitting right on top of each other. I've done it with this one before. You can literally blast this, you can use this inner engine and not destroy the air breathing engine. And when I figured that out, I was pretty amazed. I was like, wow. So right now, as we are looking at this will all right, hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna check that comment. Give me a second. Hello, Ellington. How are you, bud? What's up? All right. So yeah, like I was saying, with the engines placed in like this, you'll still be able to use it without destroying the outside engine. And usually when you put two engines, if the clipping isn't right, the minute you turn on the one on the inside, it'll overheat the one on the outside, and then it'll break or blow up or whatever. But if you get them in just like this, right on top of each other, both engines, you should be okay. We're gonna take it one step further. So we're gonna add let's add these. I don't want it to be too big. This is just taking it a step further just to show you how far you can take this. So we are already at 3 engines right now. And let's say if you just want to, if you want to push the limit, and I've actually done this before and it worked out pretty fine for me. We'll add another air breathing engine. And trust me, when this is all done, it's going to be really cool. So put that down to 1. Just want one of those, and then we want another one because we're going to put a different kind of engine on that one. And this is this engine build that I'm showing you right now is what I make for my long-range spaceships or spacecrafts if I want them to go far, and if I want them to be prepared for any situation, whether the planet has an atmosphere or it doesn't have an atmosphere, whatever it may be. I want to, like, this engine will make sure that you're able to be able to fly around in all those situations. So remember, if you're building this kind of engine, you want to use this the FTX-2 external fuel duct, and you want to run it from the main fuselage or whatever you have there. You want to run it from the main one to end on both sides, or whatever you have connected to it. So make sure that they're going both ways. And the reason you want to make sure that they're going both ways, this ensures that when you turn on and turn off this specific engine, the fuel is shared. So if all the fuel comes out of here, this engine will still work. But if I only had one, this engine will not work because it would only be going, the fuel will only be going one way. When you have them going both ways, this means no matter how much fuel you have and no matter where it is in the aircraft, you can still use it on each engine. So I thought that was like almost a necessity. This is the worst thing that you want to happen, and it's happened to me before, is that you're flying, you run out of fuel, and then you find out later that you had fuel in your aircraft, but for some reason it was not reaching your engine. So you want to put those fuel ducts to make sure that you do not run into that problem. This literally eliminates that problem. So let's go ahead and do it on this side too. Let's do another one. Make sure when you put 2 of them, one, if you pay close attention, the arrows will show you on the fuel ducts. One is going from this tank into this tank, and one is going from this tank into this tank. They have to be going in opposite directions, the arrows. If they're going in the same direction, it will not work. Alright, so now that we've got the fueling set up, everything set up for fuel, whatever, blah blah blah. course, if you're building an aircraft, you'd have a whole ship attached to this and not just this little thing here. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna select the move tool, and you have to pay attention, and you have to be very delicate with this. And it's gonna take a little bit of practice, but it's possible. You're gonna grab the entire thing. You're gonna select the move tool. You're gonna select it, one of the fuel tanks. And you're gonna also clip this inside of the main fuel tank. Give me a second. You may have to do small adjustments. It's fine. Okay, that looks pretty solid. That looks in there. Now, if you count, if we remember the counting, you can see it all over here. This is 5 engines, and it's gonna look like one when we're done. When we're finished with this, this is all gonna look like one engine. Again, with the way that these are clipped, these 2 rocket engines will not destroy that air-breathing engine that's on the inside, and it also will not destroy the main engine on the outside. Now, the only reason why I say to really have concern about your air-breathing engine is because that one's gonna have that one's gonna give the most heat. And trust me, if it's on any other part of your spacecraft, it's going to overheat and explode. So you don't want to do that. So for the second engine, the same thing. We're going to move it in through the clipping. Now, the reason why I'm using a nuclear engine, because they are notorious for I shouldn't even say notorious. They're just known for being good in space. And they consume fuel, but at a rate so slow that it's literally worth it. It's to have a nuclear engine, especially if you're doing deep space travel. If you want to go far and for longer, your nuclear engine is probably your best bet. Although a rocket engine will freaking shoot you through space like no tomorrow. You'll probably run out of oxidizer and fuel, and you'll just be stranded. Nuclear engines are definitely the way to go. Also, keep in mind, if you're using this specific air-breathing engine with a nuclear engine, you want the nuclear engine to be out past the air-breathing engine. The nuclear engine you will get the animation, you will see the flame, but there will be no thrust at all whatsoever. So you want it to be out past all of the other engines, but you can still see all. There's the 2 rocket engines, the one air breathing, the one air breathing outside, and the one nuclear engine. Okay, so now we got that set up. Let's go ahead, because we're not going to fly this. We're going to strap this down to the ground to make sure it can't go anywhere while we test it. This is just to show you that this works, and it's freaking awesome. Okay, also, yes, you are still going to need air intakes or some kind of air intake. And keep in mind, with the amount of I have 2 air breathing engines, so I'm gonna give it just to make sure they're good, because I have one on a wet cycle. I don't want them to stall or whatever. So make sure this thing can get plenty air. Okay. This is basically it, guys. Oh wait, no, this isn't it. almost forgot. I would have launched this and there would have been no way to control it. So, of course, if you're building this, if you're putting this in an aircraft, you don't have to worry about this because you'll probably have a pilot. Or if you're making a drone or something, I don't know. You'll probably want to have one way to control it. So, let's put some batteries on this bad boy and then we'll be ready to go. Alright, and this is one more thing that I want to mention before I launch this. Now you don't have to do it, but I recommend that you set up each engine on an action group so that you can use them whenever you want without having to ever use the staging on this side. Literally, you can use each engine and never press X, never initiate the staging. Of course, if you're making an aircraft or a plane, you wouldn't have these on them, but if you do have them on them, then you would need to do that part for staging. Alright, so actions. We'll start the action group. Now what I like to do is, if a lot of the times if I don't care about brakes or if I'm not going to use brakes, I'll go ahead and I use the brake action group because I know how to use that one from the controller. It makes it a lot easier. So what you want to do is you want to kind of move your camera inside, just like this. Get your camera inside of the plane or inside the engine, and we're going to start selecting them. So we're going to grab the 2 rocket engines that we got first. I think this is it. Nope. Oh wait, yep, that is it. I got it in the first try. Okay, so yeah, that is it. The Mark 5530 liquid fuel engine. And there's 2 of them. So what you're gonna want to do is put that. Well, what I would do is put my rocket engine. If you're gonna put it on the brake action group or whatever action group you put it on, you want to put the number 1 or with the closest one, like one that you can get to easy for your rocket engines. Okay, and then we'll go to custom action 1. We'll select the J33 Weasley. We'll set that to toggle. Custom action 2 will be our LVN Nerve atomic rocket engine. We'll set that to toggle as well. And the last one, which I know from experience, because you can't select this engine from back here, you have to like click up here, like it's weird. There we go. Yeah, you have to like click around this gray base of it. The J44 Panther. We're gonna set that to toggle. If you want to put one extra one for the mode switch from wet to dry, the cycle, you can, but because we want to keep it on wet so that you can see the difference, because each one of these engines will make a different animation for when they're on, and you'll probably be able to hear each one as they come on and go off as well. So I'm not going to worry about switching modes. So go ahead and launch this. Whoa. Dude, it's dark. Alright. Sorry guys. I'm gonna have to revert back to the space plane hangar. I'm gonna throw some, what do you call these things? These things are absolutely like heaven. I don't know what else to call them. It's like power without using a solar panel. I like to do sometimes is just tuck them away. This will keep us going straight through the night. Me being who I am, I can't just see amazing things and not do any research on them or anything like that. But these radioscopic, radioisotopes, sorry, thermoelectric generators. I'm gonna do research to see if these are actually real, because a lot of the parts in these games, in this game, are real. Well, the majority of the parts are. Even the little ion engine, that thing's real. But I gotta look up this generator thing. Because why the hell aren't we using that on Earth, like right now, for all of our energy needs? All right, so we're gonna launch this. You know it's gonna be completely dark. All right, what I'm gonna do is, oh yeah, I destroyed the building back there. We're gonna speed this up until we get daylight. That's why I added those generators on there so that they wouldn't so that this craft wouldn't run out of power for daylight. Oh my god, when is it gonna be daylight? So weird. Oh wow, this is actually some kind of bug, guys. This is a glitch or something. I'm just realizing. This is nothing a quick load won't fix, or let's just go ahead and adjust this. I do apologize about that. This game does just gets buggy sometimes. Oh, this looks bad. Let me see if this will fix it. Hey, KSP developers, if you're watching this, if you guys ever come across this video, fix this game. Oh my god. Look at this. No way. Where the hell am I? Wow. So I'm thinking this save is actually broken. Let me see. Wow. Because that really sucks. I would have loved to demonstrate the engine, but half-ass game wants to like, where the hell are we? This isn't even possible. This is weird. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build that back. I'm gonna rebuild that really fast and um and I'll just test it. I'll be able to rebuild it twice as quick this time because I don't have to explain it. Whoa, freaky. No, the game's broken. Alright, well guys, if you followed the build video, we're gonna have to switch my narrative now. If you follow the build video and you follow all the steps and everything I walked you through, I want to see if my other save is corrupt now. if you follow all the steps or whatever, yes, it seems like my file is corrupt. This is bad. This is very bad. Yeah, like I was saying, if you follow the build video, you follow the steps, you set up the staging. You should be able to use it no problem. You just activate the staging one by one. I'm going to check your message right now. Alright, yes, I was just advised that this is not going to work unless I close the game and restart it, and I believe him because this is totally whacked out. So guys, I'm going to end the video here. If you decide to make the, whoa. I gotta get a picture of that. But, yeah. If I can restart this and, get it going and working again, I'll just post a quick short video of it working. But I'm going to end this here and good luck.